All right, welcome back to the program. Look, a busy week, a different week. It just feels that there's a different attitude. It's going to take me a very long time, like a lot of people, to get over what happened last Wednesday in Utah. It's not normal. It's not normal that a voice of young people or of politics or of Christianity is simply gunned down in front of 3,000 people, and a group of people in this country celebrate the murder. Celebrate it. Jeremy Rosenthal is a legal expert. He was a prosecutor before becoming a defense attorney. And, well, we'll just talk about the legal side of this for a moment. Jeremy, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Steve. How are you?
I'm well. I'll not spend this time talking about the grotesque behavior of some doctors, professors, teachers, many of whom have been fired. Boy, are they shocked. It is a different day in America on that front for sure. But let's talk about the legal aspect of this. There are state charges. I don't think he's been formally charged yet. I think that happens maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But, I mean, obviously he's being held. He's not going anywhere. Capital murder, premeditated murder. I don't know how it reads in Utah, but obviously this leads to the death penalty because that's what the governor is demanding. Plus, there could be federal charges. I don't know how that would work, Jeremy. How would any of this play out? Give me your thoughts.
I think if you're looking for a really good analog here or a playbook or a roadmap, you have to look at the Luigi Mangione prosecution because there's a lot of legal similarities here. There's a lot of legal parallels here. In Luigi Mangione's case, you had a man caught on camera who was at large for several days. After that, you also had basically his motive. He was somebody who the feds are alleging was trying to. They essentially accused him of a political assassination. Obviously, much different. The CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, the victim in that instance. But basically, the feds got involved there because there was sort of a lot of interstate travel, a lot of interstate planning. That was part of it that I don't know that we have any evidence of yet. But there was also this idea to start a broader movement. That is the part that it could be sort of terroristic, if you will. And that's the part that I think the feds typically key on. So the more that they learn about Tyler Robinson, I think the more that a picture like that sort of comes into shape.
Clearly it was premeditated. He discussed it with his family. We know that. And noted that Charlie Kirk was coming to Utah Valley University. He noted that to his family and then discussed his disgust with Charlie Kirk with his family at dinner. We know that. We know that there were messages back and forth to his roommate, apparently his lover, his roommate, after the fact, trying to pick the rifle up. Well, did the roommate know ahead of time? And who else was involved here? I think there could be other arrests in this case. That roommate, you cannot tell me that roommate was completely oblivious to the whole plan. I find that awfully hard to believe. Your thoughts?
That's an interesting question. If I was a lawyer in Utah and I got a phone call from the roommate, I would say we probably need to be a little bit concerned here.
Very.
I think that they're going to think that you were involved in this. The governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has indicated that Tyler Robinson has not been particularly helpful in the investigation, but everybody around him has, and that includes the roommate. Spencer Cox indicated that there was it doesn't seem like the roommate had any advance knowledge or was aware of this. I don't know. I've not seen a lot of cases where the governor speaks for the sheriff's office or the DA's office, but obviously he's privy to a lot of information. If I was the lawyer of the roommate, we would be very careful in how we dealt with law enforcement, for sure.
Here's the thing. I'm old enough to remember Gary Gilmore. Maybe you are as well. Gary Gilmore was the first prisoner executed after the Supreme Court lifted the ban on capital punishment in America. It happened in Utah, 1976, going by memory, but I've got this one nailed. Last thing Gary Gilmore says was, "Let's do it." And then he was shot by a firing squad in Utah. Firing squad's on the table here for this assailant. Seems apropos, doesn't it?
Well, it's from a lawyer standpoint, the question will be whether it satisfies the Eighth Amendment, whether it's cruel and unusual. But the government's got to get there first, and that's not always a given. The Parkland, Florida shooter, the government tried to get the death penalty there. They were not able to get the death penalty there. If you are defending this person, if you're defending Tyler Robinson, and what I do is I put my prosecutor hat on, and then after I put my prosecutor hat on, I put my defense lawyer hat on. If I'm prosecuting him, then I'm pointing to a lot of these other rabbit trails, a lot of the premeditation that you discussed. And a lot of the premeditation, you can just tell. You don't wake up in the morning.
Well, you've got video, Jeremy. You've got video of him scoping the place. And now it goes back to like 8 o'clock in the morning. He traces the steps. Then he comes back limping because he's apparently got the rifle down his pant leg, right? So, I mean, this was all, he worked his way through the scene, worked his way out, had a plan, stashed the rifle, called his roommate, pick up the rifle, whatever. This was premeditated, a premeditated assassination of a political and Christian figure. I'll give you the last word real quick.
Right. So what we're gonna learn on Tuesday, the charges, which will almost certainly be capital murder. He's going to be held, as you said, without bond. Legally, there's a pathway for him to get bond. He's not going to get there just because of what happened, and I think the overwhelming evidence. What we're going to see in the next handful of days and weeks is more and more evidence that comes out. Reporters are going to go out to Tyler Robinson's neighborhood, stick microphones in everybody's face.
Some reporters. Jeremy, in fairness, I don't really trust the mainstream media to do its job properly. Those years have come and gone, but we'll do our job properly here to get all the answers. And I appreciate you being here. Jeremy Rosenthal, thank you.
Have a good morning.
Really appreciate it. We'll see. The death penalty's on the table, but he's right. It's hard to get to. We'll see how it plays out. I'll be right back.